Hi there. What can I get for you today? Oh, sure, no problem. Just let me know when you're ready to order and I'll be happy to help you out. I'm sorry? What would I recommend? Hmm. Well, with winter in full force and Christmas approaching real soon, how about our seasonal special? A candy cane mocha. Yeah, you're right. Uh, the candy cane is just a fancy way of saying peppermint. I guess it is a bit generic, but I mean, it is the season for it. Just look at the weather outside. And look at you. Both you and the scenery out here are completely covered in snow. You really must be hankering for a caffeine fix if you were brave enough to venture out here in that snowstorm today. Anyways, what can I get for you? Well, I am glad that you're taking my recommendation. Would you like it hot or iced? I just thought I'd ask because I myself hate hot drinks, and well, most baristas always serve coffees and teas hot by default. I can't help that I'm a glutton and I like to suck down the whole cup as quickly as possible. Doing that with a hot drink would put me in the hospital. Oh, sorry, I'm rambling again. Uh, if you haven't noticed, it's a slow day. So, iced. Good choice. Our recipes can be really sweet, so I always drink my drinks iced. The ice can dilute the coffee just enough to make it tolerable when I'm starting to get sick of it. Anyways, have a seat anywhere in the cafe and I'll serve it to you at your table when it's ready. Just give me a few minutes, okay? And here you go. One iced candy cane mocha. I added extra whipped cream for you, and well, here's an extra cup of water too, just in case you dislike the feeling of sweetness coating your mouth. No, no. I'm not knocking the drink itself. I just think that it can be a bit too much sometimes, you know? Sometimes you just need a chaser with these insane specialty drinks. Hey, can I chat with you for a bit? If you're okay with that, of course. I'm sorry, I'm just really bored here today. You know, you're only the second customer I've had all day. And the first customer, Terry, well, he's a regular, so we can count on him coming at the same time every day without fail, rain or shine or snow. He really has kept his streak since I started working here a few years ago. The owner says he's basically been doing that since the place opened. He lives just upstairs in the apartments, so I can see why this could be such a, convenient way to spend some money. Not that we're complaining, though. How do we typically do without this snowstorm? Well, usually during the weekdays, we start off with a huge rush in the morning, with all the people getting coffee and breakfast on their way to work or school. And then another rush around lunchtime with all the customers coming in for lunch alone or meeting with others for lunch. Then, we have the odd straggler that comes in before we close for the day around 5 p.m. We should stay open later. I know, right? I mean, I floated this idea to my boss before that we can keep the space open for longer and host some activities here, or even do some catering, bring in some extra money. Our cooks can make a mean sandwich, let me tell you. We smoke all the meats ourselves, and even the bread is made from scratch. I mean, if I was at some boring team building meeting and HR brought in a huge platter of our sandwiches instead of that chain store, that has the same name as a mode of public transportation, I would probably be over the moon. I definitely recommend the Montreal smoked meat sandwich if you have room for it after your massive, high calorie dessert in a glass. Oh, well, you've already had lunch and don't want more food. My, what a responsible eater you are. Well, maybe next time then. I see you've got your laptop out. Sorry, I've been taking so much of your time with my nonsense. Should I leave you to it? Not yet? Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that I'm not being annoying or anything because I am kind of a chatterbox for people that I feel comfortable around. And, I can basically sit here and yap all day if you'll let me. So don't hesitate to tell me to shut my hole anytime you need me to. I will not take offense. So, what are you working on today, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, an article for a magazine? Wow, that's so cool. I've never met anybody who writes or does creative things for a living before. Which is kind of funny, considering I work at a cafe, and well, there's a stereotype that anybody who comes in with a laptop that isn't working or studying is writing the quote unquote next great American novel or whatever. What do you mean just for a school newspaper? That's still super amazing. Don't downplay your achievements just like that, dude. Come on. You're still an actual journalist. I'm talking to a real journalist here. So, what topic are you writing about? Ah, restaurants and cafes. Places to visit off campus, huh? Well, I hope you put us in your list. Mention that Montreal smoked meat sandwich I was talking about earlier. It really is a monster to behold. A beautiful, delicious monster, but a monster nonetheless. Piles upon piles of deliciously seasoned, perfectly smoked beef topped with our homemade garlic aioli. Microgreens the boss grows himself in the living room, and all that encased in two delicious slices of sourdough bread. Mm, mm. Talking about this makes me hungry all over again. Well, I am happy that I've sold you on that sandwich. Sure, I can pack it up for you to go and eat later. Just let me know maybe 10, 15 minutes before you're about to head out, and I'll get that order for you. Well, it's looking like I've got myself another customer crossing the street here. I suppose I'll leave you to your work so you can finally concentrate. It was nice meeting you, though. I'm not a student at the university you go to, but hey, if you do decide to include us in that school newspaper, I will eventually be able to read the piece you're working on. Students who come here for study sessions occasionally leave them lying around. Oh, and also, I work here all day on Thursdays and Saturdays, then noon till close on Sunday. Please come again during those times so I can see you again. I really think we could be friends. Oh, and don't forget to remind me about that sandwich.